and welcome to this special edition of the Kapi stop from outside Besant Nagar beach here in Chennai. It's the Tamil Nadu version, you can say, Vasudha, of the chai stop. And over Kapi, we are going to discuss films, politics, and the next turn in Dravidian politics as we head into elections 2026. But of course, it's dominated by Jana Nayagan versus Parasakti battle. The question though, Vasudha, is whether either movie going to hit the screens, because Jana Nayagan's not hitting tomorrow, which is what you came dressed for.
Absolutely.
Thinking you'll go and watch Vijay's film, first day, first show in Tamil Nadu. We don't know if Parasakti will come because we are waiting for the certification, I believe, of Parashakti as well. So are you excited? Are you disappointed? What's happening?
You know, I am just excited to have Mulaga Bhaji because that is something I'm hoping to have after a long time. And Veera, every time a movie gets controversial...
Mulaga Bhaji is chili bhaji. Everything needs a translation here.
Yes, and also Mean Columba, which I don't have, but I want to say that apparently is really good. RK, last time you remember when Vishwarupam was very controversial, the entire office went to see that movie. So I'm very confident whichever movie gets into controversies will be watched.
Will be watched. We have RK Radhakrishnan, senior journalist, with us. We have Lata Srinivasan, our entertainment consultant, with us. We have the only Vijay that we can get on the show, which is NDTV's Vijay Gopal. I think that's the only takeaway for me. The only Vijay whose interview we can get is NDTV's Vijay Gopal. We have Ramesh Sethuraman, who's a political analyst as well, and the very own NDTV mascot in Tamil Nadu, Sam Daniel's talent. Sam, have you had a sneak peek view of Jana Nayagan or Parasakti so far?
So far, no. But we have a sense of what's expected.
What's the sense?
Yes.
What's expected?
Well, we'll have to wait.
Which is the movie you're more excited to watch?
I'm particularly excited about Parashakti because, in a sense, it has the theme of the anti-Hindi agitation, which the filmmakers hope will strike a chord yet again. We'll have to see whether the younger generation will really love watching it.
Acha, you're saying you want to watch Parasakti, RK Radhakrishnan. What's happening? There are multiple conspiracy theories at play. Lata Srinivasan and you are perhaps very, very clued into all that's happening in Tamil Nadu and Chennai. What's the conspiracy theory? Why is it important that Jana Nayagan should have released on the 9th, if it should have? And what's really happening that's holding the film back? Why is it so important that there is no certification for it as yet?
See, the problem happens to be that one member of the censor board seems to have thought otherwise and then decided that it has to go to a review committee, and that's possibly why the review committee is sitting on it. Now, it's the judge asked, what is this? The majority says release the movie, and why is this one man standing in the way? And of course, at the other end, the court also said, if there are considerations involving the Indian Army and all of that, all of those also have to be addressed. So we don't know if it is going to be Jan Nayagan or Feb Nayagan or March Nayagan. So the later it gets, obviously, Vijay is going to have a ball because, the elections are expected in, say, end of April or early May. So I would
even more important, the movie itself or the suspense around the movie?
I think the suspense about the movie, but there is also critical things involved here. But because all the money in Europe, US, UK, all the bookings have now to be given back. And the producers obviously have taken that money and also have given some of that money, as the final payment here and there. Now they have to give back all that money. Malaysia, huge bookings, I think about 70,000-80,000. Singapore, all over Asia also. There has been a huge, building up to this movie. So I expect about 2.5 lakh tickets have to be reimbursed right now. And that is a huge loss, not just for them. The exhibitors are committed to this movie, right? The theatre owners have committed to this movie. What happens to all of them? Huge loss across the board. I think this is completely uncalled for.
But hang on. Before you ask the question, let me put the question to you. Because you see, one of the conspiracy theories, at least the perception is, that this could be an indication that Vijay is getting politically targeted. What's the sense in the BJP and the central government? Because the CBFC is ultimately a central body, right? The question of independent body, some would say, but the question of, is there politics around? What's the sense you're picking up? Give us Chennaiites a sense of what's happening in Delhi around Jana Nayagan.
See, what I understand is that this is not coincidental. This has been done keeping a plan in mind, but I'm not sure if that is really working, because somebody was explaining to us today that there are 900 theatres in the state, 500 will show Jana Nayagan, 400 Parasakti. Today went to Kasi Theatre and Jana Nayagan posters were coming down, Parasakti, the posters were going up. So I don't know why the BJP would allow the DMK backed movie to run in free flow. If it was a miscalculation, maybe that could be a thing. But yes, this was done probably having a plan in place. But Lata, I wanted to understand what is the importance of this Pongal weekend? Because why is it that important for the commercial aspect of cinema here?
Thanks, Vasudha. See, the Pongal weekend is absolutely necessary for any big film, and it's the biggest weekend in the year. So you get 8 solid days from January 9th to January 18th for a movie to run in theatres. And the biggest spends by the people in Tamil Nadu are during Pongal. It's the harvest festival, right? So obviously they have a lot of money to spend. Families are on leave. They're going to theatres in droves. And this is when Ajit Vijay films typically release. The Rajini film typically releases during summer for the family audience. The targets are very different. But because of that, the postponement of Jana Nayagan, causes a big imbalance within the ecosystem of the film industry itself, right? And
What's this imbalance? What do you mean an imbalance in the ecosystem?
Because the livelihoods of many, many people are involved. It's a 500 crore film and it's something which is highly anticipated. People want to celebrate. They're in a celebratory mood, festive mood. They're willing to spend money. This doesn't happen the rest of the year, right? And especially when a star like Vijay, who has such a mass fan following, comes, a movie of his comes, everybody goes all out to take the family to go and watch the film.
Yeah.
Because that is his audience, the masses, right? So what happens is if his film doesn't release, then they don't have anything much to celebrate other than a festival.
But you see, the point is, Vasudha, that all of us, do you feel as an entertainment journalist, and you also, R.K. Radhakrishnan, that there is so much conversation around the political connotations over the film not releasing that we're forgetting that this is actually livelihoods, as you're pointing out. What does it mean from a film point of view, very briefly?
See, I think livelihoods, of course, they're very important, and especially as a producer who spent 500 crores, Tamil Nadu has been sold the rights for 100 crores, so it's like huge money is involved at this point. But it's also the lives of lives of the people who worked hard on that movie, right? And what happens when you don't release the film? Producer has financial woes, distributors are in trouble, exhibitors are in trouble, because Parashakti, at the end of the day, is not as big as Jana Nayagan. He cannot, Sivakarthikeyan film cannot bring in the kind of audiences that a Vijay can. So everybody's livelihood is at stake here, and that is very unfortunate.
So when you're talking about this, R.K. Radhakrishnan and Lata Srinivasan, let's just set the context right. Why is this important? Because I think for those who don't follow this, it's very important to understand why this Jana Nayagan versus Parashakti contest is important. Jana Nayagan, the theme, and correct me if I'm wrong, from the trailer, again Sam, you are refusing to give us any further insight into it, but from the trailer, Jana Nayagan is a movie which is the oft-tested Vijay theme of being the people's hero, the one who challenges injustice, one who gives power to the people, and one who changes the system. Parasakti, set in the 1960s, is about the anti-Hindi agitation and a sort of a something that reflects the DMK's core theme. This is why this box office clash is considered a prelude to the election campaign of the DMK, the TVK. Where does that leave the AIDMK? I don't know, but then this is pretty much what it is. Would you agree?
Absolutely. There is a similar battle on the screens like the one between AIDMK and DMK normally, and this time you have a challenger entering the arena, and all eyes would be through the prism of the electoral battle that's upcoming now.
Okay. Ramesh?
Yeah.
But Ramesh, when I came to Chennai today morning, I did not see the fans in a state of frenzy. There's also
Fans are very well behaved.
There's also some reduction of Tamil Nadu cinema culture, right? Like, if Vijay's movie is not getting released, means the fans are just going to go mad. They're going to get very disappointed and depressed. But that's not really what's happening. People are practical. What's really happening on ground, and what is it that you expect?
Yeah. So you have to understand, whomever you have met probably today, the fans from the urban area. Whereas you have to see the reactions of fans from the rural area. So a couple of points I would like to add based on whatever folks have discussed here. The first and foremost one Yes, Lada was rightly pointing out about the losses that guys would incur. See, in the past, if you see, being born and brought up in Chennai, so I have seen how the cinema is being celebrated, right from MGR, Shivaji, then to Rajinikanth, Kamala Hassan, and then Vijay and Ajit. So that kind of eras that we are talking about, right? So when it comes to that point, this particular juncture, what we are talking about, Parashakti versus Jana Nayagan, as you rightly pointed out, Veera, I guess it is creating that hype and the excitement because of the upcoming election and the context from that perspective.
Yeah.
So based on this, everybody is having an expectation. But having said that, in the past, what used to happen is every time when they release a movie, typically it used to happen during a day before Diwali, a day before Pongal, kind of a thing. Now they want to even release it a week before.
Yeah.
So that's the way we are seeing it, right? So they want to keep that momentum and then make the best out of it. And then obviously we are talking about humongous budget.
That's right. So no, it's a big thing. But one conspicuous factor in this RK Radhakrishnan, and this is because we've been trying to get a TVK spokesperson to join the BJP versus DMK debate on Parashakti. I've not had a single TVK spokesperson come and join. They say matter is in the court, it's sub judice, party will not comment on it. Why is that happening? Is that part of strategy to let the others fight it out and we will keep quiet? Or is there a sense that the TVK itself may be okay, let's see how this plays out, we don't want to take a stand on it?
No, I think you have to cut the TVK some slack. It's a new party, doesn't know enough. Spokespersons are not that experienced. They've come from other political parties or are extremely new people who may not actually know the films. They might know Vijay to a certain extent. In fact, Vijay's movies, like Allu Arjun's movies, are actually insufferable. This movie itself is 3 hours and 3 minutes. Can you even imagine?
Disclaimer, I have nothing to do with that comment. None of us, all of us are disassociated.
RK, we are all back from watching Durandar, which is 3.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It's impossible to watch that kind of it. But the point happens to be that nobody knows anything about the movie, barring that we largely know it's based on Kesari, Bhagavad Kesari. Now, the point happens to be that Bhagavad Kesari is on a khichdi masala where, politicians get hit, you make politicians sit around a chair and, keep whipping them. They're all wearing these karavetis, and these politicians are getting whipped and the hero is asking, oh, this is what you want, this is what you want. That kind of thing will play out extremely well with the Tamil audience. And I think that is what Vijay is banking on.
You were saying, Lata?
Yeah.
Why is the point that Ramesh made and the point that Vasudha made, that there is a sense that given the kind of emotion that Vijay evokes in his fans, there could be strong statements. And even yesterday at Rohini Theatre where we were standing, there were fans. They said, yes, we will see, we will wait and we will watch. Talapathi's movie will come and we'll watch that movie at that point of time. There's no outrage or anger that one senses from the fans about the movie not hitting the screens on the 9th of January. Is that something because Vijay himself has kept quiet and not issued statements? What's your sense? Is that normal? Because I know that if a Rajinikanth movie was supposed to hit and it didn't release and it was thwarted by, let's say, a situation of this nature because of politics or whatever else, there would be a sense of at least outrage and some comments. Now the only outrage coming from seems to be from the Congress party.
Right. No, the thing is, right now what's happened is it's a legal issue, right? It's between the censor board and the film producer, right? It's not an issue which is created by political parties per se. You can't point a finger and say X party is the reason for it, right? So which is why obviously the fans don't know who to, retaliate against, because there is no enemy there, right? It's intangible, yeah. But what I think will happen is that there has been a lot of sympathy which this has created, and his vote bank is going to increase. And during the time of elections, I think we will see a marginal or a marked increase in the vote share for him.
Let's listen to the...
So Vijay Gopal and
I feel my sympathies for him because he's been quietly listening. He's observed the court case.
Yeah.
He's quietly listening. Go ahead, Vasudha.
Vijay and I have covered a lot of Vijay rallies together, and every time we feel that Vijay fans are never angry with Vijay for anything that he does, even if he comes late, even if there's a stampede, they're like, Annan.
No, that's true.
Help us understand what is going to be the political outcome of this. Somebody told us that this Parasakti movie also lashes out at the Congress party, because at the end of the day, anti-Hindi agitation took place when a Congress regime was in place.
The 60s. At that time, DMK versus Congress was the battle.
So finally, the DMK has found a way to hit back at the Congress party.
That's right, but we are not clear what is inside the Parasakti movie. But as of now, Congress today, the first political party who backed the Vijay, who supported the Vijay is Congress. From Manikam Thakur, Jyoti Mani and other Congress function. Even just now, Tamil Nadu Congress itself posted a tweet supporting the Vijay, but TMK refused to comment on that. Even Udayanidhi Stalin refused to comment on that. Only spokesperson TK's Ilongovan gave clarification saying that it's Congress stand. We have to wait for what Selva Perandai had to say over the issue. TMK playing very safe game, but we have to see how they are going to react for the Parasakti. Only after the release we will get to know how they are going to react over the issue.
No. So let's just get Sam as well, because you see, we've got one Vijay. We have one Stalin here with us, because Sam Daniel's full name is Sam Daniel Stalin. So you see, we are very balanced in this copy stop that we have. We have Sam Daniel. Sam, what's the sense that you're picking up from the DMK? Is it because they don't want to attack the movie or speak about TVK because they fear that will only make them bigger? Is that strategic silence? Or is there a sense that, look, we don't know how to react to Vijay because it's an untested force, we are completely clueless about how to navigate this, and the best option is silence?
Two things. One is political, because the moment you take up the cause of Vijay, it's going to make him a hero in the political sense, and that could actually help him garner more votes and it could, in a sense, affect the DMK. At the present level, the DMK hopes that if he takes away, say, 10% votes, it could be only anti-DMK votes, which would otherwise go to the AIADMK, which will help tacitly the DMK. But if it goes disproportionately, then it's going to eat into DMK's votes. Secondly, they have a selfish reason as well, because there's another film from their stable at stake, which is yet to get technically the clearance from
It's almost completely taken. I mean, it's a given that Parashakti, while they might turn around and say it's an independent film, it's almost given that this is part of the DMK's propaganda. While the film itself may not be, but the whole theme and everything else reflects the DMK's core points.
No, I beg to differ here, because I saw the trailer and I was able to see the Red Giant movie was part of it, I guess. So which
they are the
means
distributors.
So they are the distributors. So ultimately they can't say that we have no stake in it. So that's point number one. And in fact, after Udayanidhi, I think this is Inban Udayanidhi they are referring to, which means that the next generation who has come into the picture, and this is the first movie he's releasing in under his leadership. Oh, is it? Okay. So probably the second movie. So considering this thing, so this becomes even more, important for them. So as rightly said, beyond movie being a business, so this is critical, because this is seen as an opportunity to set the momentum for the upcoming election from the narrative perspective.
No, you're making an important point, Vasudha, and I think the one thing that puzzles me the most, and you all can weigh in, is why is a movie so important in Tamil Nadu to set a political narrative? How important is it? Yeah. Is it so crucial that so much revolves around it?
No, there are too many dimensions in
you
this.
can hold the mic. I want to hold my coffee.
Okay. Please take that also. So, the point happens to be that here, Idli Kadai was not a huge success. So, Inban Udayanidhi, to launch Inban Udayanidhi, who is the CEO of Red Giant, which is owned by Udayanidhi, his father, now you need another platform. That is Parashakti, number one. Number two, Parashakti also has a message, which basically is that the DMK is which stood for Tamil Nadu, and that is why the custodian of Tamil, the custodian of protecting everything that is Tamil, reservation, that, this and the other. So there is a political message, there is also a family message, which is what MK Stalin, Udayanidhi and his son are the protectors of Tamil Nadu. That is the first message that you have. Second message is a commercial message, which basically is that Inban Udayanidhi at 21 is also as suave a CEO as anybody else there is. So very important. Vijay, on the other hand, last movie, he has to make the best of it. And there is a huge political message coming out there, basically, which says that all the politicians are, corrupt and whatnot. So let us hit all of them. And this is my movie. This is my message. Don't expect me to come to every village. But then this is where we get off. Yeah.
Lata, explain to us why a movie is so important in setting a political narrative. Because I don't see... You are the political editor. You see every other state. We are myopic. We look at the southern states only. Do you believe that this is reflective of elsewhere? Sorry, I mean, just pumping you up as well to give me a good answer to this.
You know, I just got back from Bihar where we covered elections, and everyone would just say that यहाँ पे cult नहीं चलता है. Nitish Kumar is not a celebrity, right? But you know, Lata, we are so used to watching reels. Who is watching movies these days? So I want to help me understand: is Parasakti or Jana Nayagan, is it going to be as impactful as, say, an OTT series or any... Idli Kadai is something that a lot of my Hindi-speaking friends have also watched because it was on OTT. I have not watched it. So, how impactful is Tamil cinema even if it is politicized at a time like this?
See, I think we have to first understand this is Tamil cinema. These movies are being made for the Tamil audience. Okay, it is not for your Hindi-speaking audience. Okay, primarily the goal of releasing these films during Pongal at this time in Tamil Nadu is keeping the elections in mind. Okay, so we have to understand the Tamil audience comes first. The messages that are being conveyed through these films must reach them, especially in the rural areas, because they are the big vote bank, right? The more urban, intellectual, educated audience might, choose to vote or not vote, as we have seen. But all the people living in the rural areas, it's important that the political messaging goes out, right? And we've seen the kind of crowds that have come for Vijay's rally, despite the fact that he did only a few of them. He hasn't even done extensive rallying till now. And we've seen the kind of crowds that have emerged and shows the kind of support that he has.
All of you are beating around the bush. I still cannot understand why a movie is going to be so crucially important. But anyway, I think that's a very, very difficult, complex phenomenon in terms of narratives and sentiments and emotions. And I won't go into that. But I'm going to put all of you in a bit of a spot. We've put out when I've been speaking to people and strategists, Vasudha and I met a few strategists as well. There are 5 or 6 conspiracy theories come. And I think the best conspiracy theory I heard is that there is no conspiracy, boss. It's a procedural thing and the movie got delayed. Technical cheese. No, but Vijay Gopal, for namesake, tell us what you think. Do you believe that there is a conspiracy, which is, some people say that this is the BJP targeting Vijay to get him on their side or make him mellow down to it. Some people say that the DMK and BJP could have an understanding to thwart Vijay. Some say the TVK itself may not want this movie released. They may want it released after Parasakti to set the narrative. Some people feel that a delayed release will be closer to the election. Multiple conspiracy theories. Do you believe that was it anticipated, since you and Sam cover this so closely? Was this suddenly a bolt out of the blue? Do you feel that there is foul play, or do you believe that it could just be par for the course?
So very interestingly, the issue not started a few days back. 2 weeks back itself, some TVK supporters and Vijay fans started to post on Twitter raising their doubts about getting certification from the censor board, flagging the issue. So I believe there is some sort of conspiracy theory over this.
But Sam Daniel, what do you say?
I go by evidence, no evidence, but certainly the timing, many would say, is a suspect.
The timing of what?
The delay in terms of certification and coincidentally the other summoning by the CBI.
Okay, the summoning of SU. You're seeing the two in sort of coordination with the two? R.K. Radhakrishnan?
No, I think there is a problem because, so far everybody applies Tatkal certification. It has always come through. Suddenly there is a problem. So where does it happen? And the majority says the movie can be released. And suddenly there is a problem. So every single finger points at the central government, at the BJP.
But Lata, several of Vijay's films have had trouble with the censor board.
Yeah, we have seen that earlier. But I think, that has always been sorted out. It's never come to the point where the film is never released on a set date, especially given the kind of hype that Jana Nayagan had. It was touted as his last film. It's for the last 3 months, that's all that has been spoken about, that this is going to be his last film. Never has it come to a point that a movie of his has been postponed because of a non-issuance of a certificate, of a CBFC certificate. And the other interesting thing I must point out is, when the objection was supposedly raised by one of the members, it could have been verbally communicated to the producer, which it never was, which makes it all the more suspect. And that is why people have raised, all these conspiracy theories.
Ramesh, your conspiracy theory. Please give us a new one. We're all getting bored with the old ones.
Yeah. So I think, see, all these producers as well as the crew, they pretty much know what time it takes typically to get a certification. In case if any concerns are being raised or objections are being raised, then what time they need to have to rework on those. So considering that, they should have probably foreseen all these things and should have worked backwards, and they didn't do it. So probably they were prepared both ways. So if it gets released, well and good. If not, it gives even further publicity. So from that perspective, I think both the sides...
But I don't know, the problem is, Vasudha, this doesn't seem like a publicity stunt, because you see, this is about a movie which was supposed to be released. Let me just take through the sequence of events from my point of view. This was supposed to release on 9th of January. That was decided long time back, Sam Daniel. Then Parashakti was supposed to be released, on 12th or 13th on 14th of January. Suddenly Parashakti gets advanced to the 10th of January, making it like a Parashakti versus Jana Nayagan thing in the battle. And then this court thing comes up. So obviously there is little too much to sort of, digest as okay, it's par for the course, right?
So the point is that every movie loves this. Having a controversy, it's free publicity. They don't need to do that kind of promotion. Now, this has just gone one step too far in the sense that it is unable to release. Vijay movies have created controversy, but they've always released on time. Most Tamil movies, in fact, Vijay has gone to Kodanadu when Jayalalitha was CM trying to meet her ahead of a release. Kamala Hassan has made several appeals to Jayalalitha, Karunanidhi and all of that. See, all the problems have been by some group or the other saying that, this is a portion which is not acceptable to us, our community, our caste, our this thing, our that thing. Even in Kerala, the same thing follows, but then at some point a compromise is reached, some money is paid or some kind of via media is done. But here I think is a political battle being fought out both in the courts, in the censor board and all kinds of fora. That is completely unfortunate.
Let me put Vasudha in a bit of a spot with a tough question. Is the media talking so much about Vijay and his movie because anything around Vijay, even if it is not substance, does very well and gets viewership? Is that the reason why we are also focused on it?
Okay, I'm not going to answer that. But
I'm addressing
I have
the elephant
always
in the room.
believed that Vijay gets not just viewership, but he gets a lot of attention. You've seen that in his rallies. But considering what is, RK and Lata and all of you all here, when you look at Chennai and Tamil Nadu from Delhi, you don't understand a lot of nuances, which is why for BJP to win Tamil Nadu, they always felt that you need a Himanta Biswa Sharma who explains the nuances. Like, I didn't know that Parasakti was so much about anti-Hindi agitation and also about Tamil sentiment. I thought it's going to be a DMK movie. What I think is we also attribute a lot of wisdom to ruling parties, be it state or center. Sometimes they also calculate, those calculations fall apart. Sometimes they go wrong because they don't understand a state as well as they are expected to. I think that probably is what could have happened.
You are saying that the BJP is still not able to grapple with or understand what this whole debate around Jana Nayagan and Parasakti
Yes, but given that, I'll tell you this time the BJP is extremely serious, not like last time. This time they're very serious of ensuring that there is some, not just, vote share increase. They want to come to power and they are very clear that they want to do it.
Sam and Vijay, is this going to be a crucial moment when we look back? And I'll come to our Lata and RK to have the final word, but is this going to be a crucial moment? Is this conversation that we are having going to be something very, very important as we run up to the elections 26, or is this a momentary thing?
I think symbolically there is so much of hidden message behind this. There are indications and subtle messages from both sides.
Okay. And I think Sam is the only one who's done justice to his coffee, because the rest of your coffees are being drank by the flies that are there. I'm still drinking my coffee. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think, one thing that I also see, you are asking about another controversy, right? So, one side, TVK is saying that, we are the real opponents, right? But how strong they are is a big question. That is on one part. Second side, if you look at it, DMK's real opponents are ADMK. But having said that, they want to probably dilute, from DMK side, they probably want to dilute that whole narrative so that the weakest opponent is shown as the next best opponent to me. From that perspective, you are reducing the importance of the most strongest opponent you have. So probably that game also is being played, is what I'm just thinking about. Finally, I would like to give on a lighter note. You were asking, right, why the movie is so important. See, if you are trying to convey your ideology or whatever it is, if you have to gather people, you have to pay money. Plus.
But
Right?
here people pay money
here
to gather
people
your
pay
ideology.
money.
I think that's the bottom line. Yeah.
Vijay Gopal, what's your sense? How important is this conversation going to be as we go along? Because you will be at the Madras High Court tomorrow trying to get us breaking news
Yes.
along with Sam Daniel.
It's a very crucial moment for Vijay and even Vijay fans because,
Crucial moment for this
Yeah, I will do the coverage. And production also looking to release the movie before Pongal because, like Lata mentioned, they are looking for a long weekend because it is noted that on Jan 23, Sun Pictures, I believe Sun Pictures is going to re-release Mangata, actor Ajit Kumar Mangata. So they can't release the movie on that weekend also, Jan 26, Republic Day also. So they are looking to release the movie as soon as possible.
Lata, how important is this? Just nice evening coffee, nice. We've had a nice cool breeze that's coming in.
Conversation, yes. How important is...
Thanks, Vasudha.
The question was, sorry,
How important is this conversation going to be as we head into the election? Your final thoughts on it after I give. After that,
I think it's a very important conversation because it is setting up the narrative for what the elections are going to be like, what the rallies are going to be like, and how tough a fight it is going to be for the DMK to come back into power. And I think they may win by a margin, but it's going to be a tough fight. And
don't make a prediction. Just tell us how important. We don't want predictions here, but
okay, no predictions. But I think it's that this election is going to be tough, and everybody is prepared to fight it out.
All right, RK. Vasudha started off wanting Molaga Bhaji.
Yeah.
You think we should have got her a Molaga Bhaji because she's finished her coffee?
I think more importantly, let me talk about the BJP here. No, BJP needs a strategy in Tamil Nadu. This thing of sending notices, TT Vidyanagaran is supposed to appear on February 2nd in a court in Delhi on the symbols case, and Vijay is supposed to appear on Jan 12th. This is not working in Tamil Nadu. This will not work in Tamil Nadu. BJP needs a strategy. If it has a strategy, it is well within a chance of,
You don't see TVK going anywhere near the BJP?
Not at all. At this point of time, Vijay made a
Near
couple of
EPS?
mistakes. Not at all. Not at all.
So
At
it's a
this point.
three-way fight.
No, if Vijay is summoned to Delhi and is threatened, yes, of course, he'll join the ADMK alliance. Otherwise, no.
Okay, so
But RK, the DMK could be in trouble if everybody else comes together.
Absolutely, 100%. They are winning. If the ADMK, BJP and Vijay join hands, 100% they are winning. That is a winning
But
combination.
Veera, I am just hoping to watch Ikkis because Ikkis is also one movie that's created a lot of, and I'm tired of this Jana Nayagan too much publicity now. So I'm hoping.
No. Hello, for 2-3 more days, I don't know. He said is it Jana Nayagan, Feb Nayagan, March Nayagan, April Nayagan? We don't know. So till the movie is released, you cannot be tired of it because the suspense and excitement about it has only made all of this big. You give us your final thoughts. What do you think? Not just from the box office point of view, but from a national point of view, how do you see this battle playing out from a Delhi prism?
Very simply put, I've been going to Kongu part of the state for a long time, for 4 or 5 times in the last 6 months, and I see Vijay's popularity growing. Vijay's popularity growing in western part of Tamil Nadu is also in some ways a signal that not just the DMK but the AIDMK is in trouble. So I see this appearing to be a triangular fight which can close in the days to come. And like I said, everybody's a serious player here, and I think that is where it is right now.
Sam Daniel, last word to you. You give us the final thoughts. You are the man who is hearing everybody. You have an access to Vijay's party. You have an access in the DMK. You have access in Tamil Nadu, AIDMK. Tell us.
I think it's going to be fascinating.
What? Parasakti or Jana Nayagan? I love putting Sam Daniel in this spot.
I think in that sense, both will be fascinating. Both have
Both Parasakti and Jana Nayagan.
Jana Nayagan. There is a reason to watch both, and I think it's going to be, whether it's January, February, or March, worth waiting for to watch this.
Sam Daniel is angling for an interview with Vijay. He's angling for an interview with EPS and with MK Stalin. So he's not going to take any side from anyone till he gets that interview. But I guess that's all we have time for in this nice conversation. It's actually good weather here, I must say.
Yes.
We are in a nice part of the year as far as beach
Ask
breeze
me,
is
I'm coming
concerned.
from Delhi, so
No, you're coming from Delhi, but we are heading into an April-May election. We are not going to be able to sit like this without sweating in April, May and have this conversation. It's going to be a hot election campaign that we will keep the heat on as far as the coverage is concerned with our copy stops, with our conversations, and possibly get Vasudha Molaga Bhaji next time. We'll try and test if she can take the spice of Molaga Bhaji. She can definitely take the spice of Tamil cinema and Tamil politics. But that's all we have time for on this show. Thanks very much for joining us.